Okay, so our second demonstration is Sebastian, our lovely seahorse. Now I know a lot of you have asked me why the name Sebastian. Well, that's thanks to Hazel. You all know Hazel Parry, who works for us. When the stamps came in from our manufacturer to try out, she brought them upstairs and she just fell in love with the seahorse, and she said, "Trace, it's got to be called Sebastian." So this is thanks to Hazel Parry, who named our lovely seahorse, which you all seem to really enjoy using. I've seen some fabulous cards coming through on Pinterest again using this lovely stamp. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Distress Oxides. And this time I'm going to brayer the background. This one is peacock feathers. So inking up our lovely Distress Oxides. I'm just going to brayer this up the card. This is our multifarious card again. I'm using the ivory again, but as I said last time, you can use white. You can use whatever colour you like. It works really nicely, the ivory. Okay, so I'm just going to go over the top again. And I'm just blending out. Okay, so we've got a gradient of colour going up the page. Then I'm going to use this one, which is Blueprint Sketch. Inking up. And again, just taking that over the top and up the page. Okay, so this is where we start adding a bit of water and having a little play around with the background. So using my fingers now, I'm just going to dot that around. Like so. And you see already how it's reacting. It's just so good, and it lends itself to kind of underwater scenes. So using a bit of kitchen towel, I'm just going to dab that off. So I'm going to bring in another colour now. This is Squeezed Lemonade. Now I haven't practiced this card, I'm just doing it as I'm talking to you now, just to show you that, you know, you just need to experiment. You just need to have faith and work with it, and not be fearful of anything going wrong. As I said, what's the worst thing that can happen? Just means you need to start again. Okay, so that's given me a really nice sort of sea greeny look now. This time I'm going to add water using our fan brush, just to get some tiny speckles now. Okay, quicken the process, heat the water up a little bit. The longer the water stays on the card, the more it pulls the colour to the surface, and the more it bleaches out, as you can see. So that's given me quite a nice background now, something to stamp straight onto. Just going to dry that off a bit. Stab that up. I hope you can see that. Isn't that lovely? Okay. So taking good old Sebastian, and this is our VersaFine Clair ink. This is Nocturne. And you can see how very detailed the stamp is, so again we don't need to press too hard on the paper with it. I'm going to bob him down in the middle there. Give that just a firm press. Let him sit on there for a while. Let the ink soak into the paper. And that way, you know, you'll ensure that you get a really nice sharp image. There we go. Okay, so using some of our other stamps now, we need to go around the edge. Now, these are our brand new stamps that haven't, well, they'll probably be released by now, by the time I launch this video. But these are our very, very latest. So it's a seaweed, and I designed it so that you can use it both ways. Rather than just stamp it one way and it look too repetitive, you can stamp it, turn it around and stamp it that side as well. So really it gives you sort of 4 different images from these 2 stamps. I'll show you now. Okay, so I'm going to pick this time our Warm Breeze VersaFine Clair. So I've stamped up the other side now. And then we'll take our other one. And again. And then we'll turn it round. Like so. So it gives you a really nice effect. Okay. So the next one we're going to use, this is one of our older stamps, but it works really well with our underwater scenes. And this time I'm going to use a Blue Bell. So inking up Okay. I'm now going to use my worded stamp. Dream higher than the sky and deeper than the ocean. And we're going to stamp that up in Monarch. I'm going to take one of those off first. I'm just stamping off onto the edge. I don't want it too precise. I'm just using it as a little bit of a distressed look. Okay. Now going back to our brushes, I'm just going to pick up a bit of colour and just work my way around Sebastian. And this will make him stand out. So pick a bit of the turquoise. Okay. And I'm going to use a little bit of the yellow. You only need such a tiny bit of these colours, as I say, they're so very, very vivid. So I've put quite a bit of water with this. But you see how that pulls the image out now. Okay. So I'm just going to work my way around the edge of the card again. So going back to the acetate, picking a colour. I think that one was quite a nice one actually, the Monarch, and we're going to go around the edge. Just very lightly. As I say, if you want to give it a little bit more depth, just put another layer on over the top. Just build your colour very gradually. Okay, so using our this is our clear jelly roll. It's got a sparkle in it, which is really nice. I'm just going to kind of highlight a few areas. Not sure whether you can see that, but it does give it such a lovely sparkle. This is great for wings as well, fairies' wings. It's very, very delicate, and because it's clear, it doesn't you can still see the wing through the sparkle, yeah. I might just put a little bit on Sebastian. And then we'll put just a little bit of glitter on top. Give him a little bit of a sparkle. Tiny dots. As I say, just keep the pressure on the liquid pearls ever so slightly, and just move your hand with the pressure on all the time. And that way you get some fabulous little tiny, tiny dots. Okay, and then we'll just sprinkle the glitter over the top. Don't need an awful lot. Tap that off and you can see that wonderful sparkle. So another really quick and easy card to do using the brayer and the Distress Oxides, which I think gives a really nice background too.